Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'll be showing you how to create this makeup look, and I will be sharing my first impressions of some of the products that I'll be using today that I picked up during Sephora VIP sale. And if you haven't seen that video yet, I'll be putting a link in my description box down below, so check it out. And without any further ado, let's just start doing this makeup look. When I'm doing my makeup, I like to start from doing my eyes first to prevent all those fallouts. And first step, of course, is to prime your eyelids, and I like to use concealer when I'm priming my eyes. And for my concealer today, I'll be using Soft Matte Complete Concealer. So this one is in the shade Vanilla, and I actually almost ran out of it, so that's why I picked up a new one. And my favorite brush to prime up my lids is this one from Sigma, which is Precision Round, and it is P82. So I'm just taking a little bit on my brush, and then I'm just priming my lids. And then I'm taking this little beauty blender, mini blusher I believe, and I really like to use this on my eyes because it's more smaller. And then I'm just studying and I blend all that concealer that we just applied. So now it's time to set up that concealer, and I usually use a setting powder, and my favorite one is this one by Too Faced, and it is Born This Way setting powder. And I'm just pressing it into my lids with this setting powder. So this will set up that concealer that we applied, and when you blend your shadows, they will blend up more smoothly, and it also prevents that concealer from creasing. So the first product that I'll be using from Sephora sale is this palette by Huda Beauty, which is a Mauve Obsessions, and you can see how gorgeous this palette is. So I already know the quality of Huda Beauty Obsessions palette. It is so good, and they blend out so smoothly, and they're also very pigmented. So today I want to do something simple where I will be using just a couple of shades, something that you can easily recreate at home. I'll be starting with this, the most lightest shade, just again to set up all that concealer and to highlight my brow bone. So I'm taking this MIKASA 𝓟𝓻𝓸𝓭𝓾𝓬 brush, and you need something fluffy, and you can see this will blend out eyeshadows easily, so just any fluffy brush will do. So I'm just taking some of that lighter shade, and then I just start blending it into my entire lid. So I'm just kind of like setting all my eye with it. So the next shade that I'm picking is this one. So I'm using the same brush and I'm picking up that shade, which will be my transition shade. So after I picked some of eyeshadow, then tap off the excess of it. So one of the tips when you blend in your eyeshadows and you're just starting with those transition shades, or you want that soft, smooth kind of like blending, you need to hold your brush at the end of the handle. That way you will be not applying too much pressure, and when you blend them out, it will be more like a soft and smooth blending. And when you're packing your eyeshadows, which we will be doing later, you hold it kind of like close to the bristles, so this will give a more pressure when you're applying it to the lid, and this will pack eyeshadows more, and it will give you a more color payoff. So depending what you want to achieve, I like to start when I'm blending my transition shade, holding my brush at the end of the handle for more smooth application. So just softly start blending eyeshadow into your crease. And because I'm holding it at the end of my handle, you can see that this is more kind of like a soft off application of eyeshadows rather than a very bold eyeshadow payoff. And I'm just grabbed a little bit more, and I'm continue blending my eyeshadows. So you can continue doing it until you're happy with the colors that you want to achieve. And now we're doing the same with another eye. So I really go into those inner corners because I want it a wash of a color over here as well, and I want it to show very close to my brows. So this is what I like to do, because as you can see, I don't have a lot of lid space. So I have kind of more a hooded eye. You can see like this kind of like skin covering a lot of my lid space. So that's why I find out that the best what works for my eyes is when I use eyeshadows very close to my eyebrows, and this will make eyeshadows pop and really show up that eyeshadow look that I want to achieve. So when you did eyeshadows on both eyes, compare them to make sure that both eyeshadows have the same color payoff and they're not different, so you didn't apply more on one eye than another. So next shade that I'm taking taking is this burgundy very deep red shade. So with the same brush, I'll be using that burgundy shade and apply it to my outer corner to smoke out my outer corner. And I will be working kind of like mostly only in this area because I want to have this a very soft pink, and over here we'll be applying a very light and also shimmery eyeshadow. And again, you can start with a little bit and then add a little bit more until you're happy with the colors that you want to achieve. If you just get your brush into eyeshadow and pack a lot, then you may end up with more dark color, and then when you blend the colors, it will be very hard to have that smooth transition between two of the colors. So you can see how already this eye is more deepened rather than that. So I continue doing with the same eyeshadow until I'm happy with my result. So make sure that you apply eyeshadow very close to your lower lash line and also kind of outer corner, because then when we clean this edge, it will be very beautiful and very sharp and bold color rather than a very smooth transition. But also it depends what kind of look you want to achieve. So you can see that blending takes a lot of time. But believe me, if you really blend your eyeshadows, this is how you will get a very smooth and beautiful application. So now it's time to do the fun part, and actually I do like all three of the glittery eyeshadows that are here. So I'll be taking this shade, which is the lightest kind of rose gold shade, and I'm grabbing MORPHE M573 brush. So you can see it's more pointy brush, and first of all I'm trying with applying a dry application of eyeshadow, so I'm not wetting my brush, and I just will be applying it to my lid, starting with my inner corner. Ooh, this eyeshadow is so beautiful. I really like this one. So now you can see I'm holding my brush very close to the bristles, so this will help me with pack that eyeshadow into my lid, and I'm kind of just like blending it with both of the shades, and you can see I'm stopping kind of halfway. And now I'm taking a MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, and I'm just spraying it on my MIKASA brush number E230, and you can see this brush is more kind of like thin and also will help out with packing that eyeshadow into my lid. So slightly dabbing into that rose gold eyeshadow again, and I want to pack more into my inner corner. So you can see this way eyeshadow is more vibrant, it shows up more through. So now I'm going back to that first brush, MIKASA E330 that we used at the beginning, and I'm taking more of this darker burgundy shade again, and I'll be blending out it over here to have a smooth transition between both shades and have more darker outer corner. So you can see I'm just blending both shades together with that darker burgundy shade. So it will give more depth into my outer corner and smoke it out, and it also will have a smooth transition between both shades. So now it's time to clean up my under eye and sharpen that outer corner, and I'll be using just a cleansing wipe, and I also like to put it kind of like this on top of my finger and use that sharp edge to really clean up that outer corner. You can see this eyeshadow had fall out, and that's why I like to do my eyes first. So just make sure that you take out all of that red eyeshadows, otherwise you will just end up with a red face. So now I cleaned my both eyes, and so far as for my first impressions of using this palette, you saw that eyeshadows blend out very easily. I also like that this palette has a variety of gorgeous colors, so I would say if you like rose gold, pink and also burgundy shades, you should definitely pick up this palette. And you saw how pigmented this eyeshadow nerves first, so I have to really work out to clean out that under eye. I think the price point is great, eyeshadows are awesome, and you should definitely look up into those Obsession palettes. So now I'll be working with my face, and first of all I'm starting with moisturizer. So I just recently picked up the Silk Cream by Tatcha. So this will give you radiance, firmer looking skin, and it also gives you a lot of hydration. So this is how the cream looks up close. So this is a weightless and anti-aging moisture-rich silk extract. So this one is good for normal to dry skin, and this is type of skin that I actually have. My skin is normal with occasional kind of like dryness over here, and there is another water cream which is more for oily or combination skin, so that's why I pick up this one. And also it has a lot of anti-aging ingredients, so it has a collagen in it that gives you a more smooth looking skin, and this one has a silk protein that helps with hydration of your skin. It also has a pearl extract that helps to boost that collagen to more firmer looking skin. This cream also has Japanese superfood that will give you a lot of radiance. Here you can see the texture of this cream. So I'm just taking a little bit on this little spoon and apply it all over my skin. It makes my skin feel so soft. I also like the texture of it, and the smell is kind of like fresh and clean. It's not too overpowering, it's just a slight scent, so this is what I like about Tatcha products. And as my primer today, I really want to try this one out. So this one is deluxe samples that I got. So this one is a Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. So you can see it has a decent size, that it has a coconut water, probiotic based ingredients, skin reviewers, and I also like that it is a silicone free. Taking a little bit on my fingers so you can see the texture of it. It smells like coconut. Oh my god, I like everything that has coconut in it. So I'll be just massaging it into my skin. Oh my god, I love it so much. You literally smell just coconut, and it is again super hydrating. I think I just fell in love with this primer. It makes your skin a little bit of kind of like sticky texture, which will be great when we apply our foundation on top. Cannot wait to cover this disaster. Why you always have a pimple before you trying to like film a tutorial? Like I almost never have any pimples, but right before I have to film something, you also have one showing up. Why? I don't know. So far, I really like that it gives you a boost of hydration. I also like the smell, and I like kind of like a stickiness, a little bit of tackiness to my skin. So I didn't pick up any new foundation, so I will be using this one by Fenty Beauty. So this one is a Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I'm using the shade 230. So you need to really shake well this foundation before applying it. And then I'm just grabbing my beauty blender and I start blending it out. And I also want to take a little bit of that Nars concealer that I used before and just cover this disaster. Perfect. Way better. I also like to go and kind of like put concealer on top of any blemishes or redness that I have. So then when I apply my foundation on top, it will just blend out and it will have that smooth canvas. So I'm adding more foundation right to my beauty blender because I like that full coverage. So let's blend this concealer and go with a more pointy side over here when I work around my nose. And also I want to blend this a little bit first. And then add more foundation and blend out my forehead. And also don't forget to apply your foundation to your neck. So now it's time to work on those under eyes, and I'll be grabbing the same Nars concealer and same Sigma brush that we used before. And you can see I'm also applying it to the both sides of my nose. And then I'm just applying it under my eyes, dragging it down and also upwards. And I'm also applying it to the center of my nose, to my forehead and to my chin. And I'm grabbing Beauty Blender and I'm just blending all this out. So when I'm working under my eyes, I'm really pressing it into my skin. And to sharpen the edge of my outer corner, I'm grabbing MORPHE M432 brush and same concealer. And you can see that this brush is very slim and also it has a very sharp, straight edge. And because we're finished with all of the cream products, now I'll be setting up all of this cream, foundation and concealer with the setting powder, and we'll be moving on into powder products. So I'm grabbing this Too Faced Born This Way setting powder that we used before, and also this MORPHE E41 brush. And because this brush is so big and so fluffy, it works wonderfully when you set up your entire face. And to finish up those under eyes, I'm going back to Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. So first of all, I'll be taking out this shade, and after that, the darker burgundy shade. And the first brush that I'll be using is MORPHE E36 brush. You can see that it's very small, so it will help me to pack those eyeshadows very close to my lower lash line. So I'm grabbing a little bit of the first lighter shade, and I'm starting applying it very close to my lower lash line. And now I'm taking a little bit of that burgundy darker shade, and what I'm doing, I'm applying it mostly to my outer corner, again very close to those lower lash lines. So after that, I like to take any blending clean brush. So this one is by MORPHE M433, and I'm just blending all of those eyeshadows together. I like when it is not a straight line, but I more like when it is a blending edge of eyeshadows. And for my eyeliner, I'll be using this brand new that I just picked up by Marc Jacobs. This is Highliner, and it is gel eye crayon. And I got one in the shade 42, which is blacker. So this is how it looks like. And you need to twist it out here so you can see it up close. So I'm not going to be doing any wing liner or anything like that today. All I want to do is slightly tighten my eyes underneath, and then I'm just applying very close to my lashes. So you can see it gave more definition and it make already my lash line more darker. So far my first impression, it was not the easiest one to work with. First of all, I get used to more like a liquid eyeliner, so they have more precise tiny tip. This one has, you can see, not a precise tip at all. And also it has a gel formula, so for me it was harder to work with because I have never worked with this formula before. So I need to give this one more try before I can have to say if I like it or not. But I do like the color payoff. It gives me a very dark line, so this is what I kind of like about it. So for my mascara, I'll be using Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which is my currently most favorite. And for my lashes, I picked up this House of Lashes Holiday Gem Set, so you can see the package up close of the lash holder. So mine actually came with a mirror, not glued in, so I'll have to ask my husband to put it back in. And here you can hold up to 3 pairs of false lashes. So let me open the package and show you lashes up close. I really like this style and you can see how beautiful them are. So I'll be just applying them off camera and I'll be right back. So I just applied my mascara and also put on the falsies, and you can see how it changed my makeup look. And what I can say about my first impressions of using these lashes, I like that over here they're more like fluffy, so you can see still the eye makeup, but it also gives you that volume and gorgeous beautiful long lashes. So as for adhesive, I already used that lash glue before. It is actually my most favorite lash glue, and what I want to say is I think it is the best lash glue when it comes to the person who doesn't know how to apply false lashes, who is new and beginner in applying false lashes. Because what I like about it is when you look at it, it's kind of like a dark green, but then when it dries out, it becomes black. So it's very easy to see with the color change when it's time to apply your falsies. And now it's time to finish up my face, apply some bronzer, some blush, and also highlighter. So for my bronzer today, I'll be using a new one that I just picked up. And this one is a Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And you can see how gorgeous this packaging is. I'm just gonna give you a close up so you can see how the shade looks up close. So what I like about this bronzer is that it's made from 100% natural cocoa powder. So it has anti-aging ingredient. I already used it. I had a little sample, so I really like the formula. I really like the application. I did like the shade that I was using before. So let's see how this shade will work on my skin type, if I will have to return this and get a deeper one or not. And for the blush, I will be using this one by Morphe, which is R2. So I'm just gonna dip my brush into the bronzer. And I start working out with my cheek, and then I also do my jawline and also my forehead. And then apply some on my forehead. And then after I bronze out all out my face, I like to go a little bit more and deepen out my cheekbones so to make them more stand out. So now I'm grabbing Morphe E18 Brush and I will be just contouring my nose with this bronzer. Just dabbing it a little bit into the brush and slightly going by the edges of my nose to have a nose contour. Connecting with my brows. And then slightly blending it out. So after I blend it, I like to go with my beauty blender and just dab it into my skin. So this will take out the extra excess and it make it more like not that obvious that you contoured your nose. So you can still see that nose contour, but it's not that obvious. There is no lines and it all looks up blended. So I actually brought both my older one, which says medium deep matte bronzer, and this is the new one, and you can see right here that it actually looks like the one that I had before was darker. So I feel this is why it was sold out, because probably people were picking up the darker shade rather than this one. I feel like I will need to return this one. It does look okay on my skin, but I did like the more darker formula. And for my blush today, I'll be using the one by Ma. So this one is mineralized blush in a shade Gentle. So you can see it up close. It's not a new one, it is my oldie goodie, and you can see how gorgeous this shade is. And I think this blush will work amazing with my eye makeup today. And I'm taking Morphe G35 brush and I'll be just applying blush with it. And then I always like to take my MAC 134 brush and I just like to blend both of my blush and also my contour together. So kind of like slightly going on top of it. And now it's time to highlight, and it's very exciting time for me. So I just picked up the Glow Kit Sun Dipped by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So this is how they looked inside. It has shade Bronze, Summer, Tourmaline, and Moonstone. I think these shades are so gorgeous, and I do like Anastasia Beverly Hills formulas for highlighters. Let me see which one I want to use today. So I feel like I want to grab this one, Tourmaline, and just apply it to my inner corners, and also this summer shade I want to apply all over my cheekbones. So I'm grabbing Morphe E18 brush, and I will be using it to apply my inner corner highlight. So I'm just taking a little bit of a shade Tourmaline, and I'm not wetting my brush because I really want to see how this highlighter will work on my skin without wetting my brush. So now I'll be wetting my brush with a MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus and see how this highlighter works with a wet application. And now I'm grabbing Morphe M510 brush. So I'll be using this one to apply my highlighter all over my cheekbones. So I'm taking this shade Summer, and as I did before, I'm just dipping my brush without any wet application because I want to see again how it performs as a dry application, and then I'll be wetting my brush and see how it works out with a wet application. I definitely feel that you can see the difference. Gorgeous highlight. I like this kind of like golden shade. And now I'm wetting my brush with a Fix Plus. Woo. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. Highlighting my nose, the tip of my nose. Woohoo! I feel like I can blind all the haters with this highlight. I'm so happy that my subscribers was voting. I put like a poll on my Instagram, and I was asking what palettes I should pick up and putting a vote to say yes or no, and everybody was saying that I need to pick up this palette. I don't know what I was waiting for, why I never had it, but I'm so glad I did. I definitely love this so much. This highlighter is out of this world. I'm like glowing. Whew. If you don't have it, girl, you need to get it. Guy, girl, whoever you are, you definitely need this highlighter in your life. Oh my god, I love this palette. Love, love, love. And now it's time to do my lips, and there is another new product that I will be testing out. So if you know me, you know how much I love Huda Beauty products. Just in general, I just love the brand. And of course, when I was to release the new minis collection, I had to pick at least one. So the one that I got was a Power Pinks. So collection has 4 matte liquid lipsticks, and this one are the shades that are inside. So I already have a Trophy Vibe and absolutely love that shade. It's so gorgeous. So expect a swatch video coming to my channel shortly because you do know how much I love to do those. And even though I feel like Trophy Vibe will be a perfect shade to work with this eye look, I want to try something different. So the shades that I decided to use is Medusa. As for this liquid matte lipstick, I already know the formula because I already own liquid matte lipstick by Huda Beauty. I like the formula so much. It's so easy to apply. It's kind of like liquidy when you apply it to your lips, and then you have like 30 seconds to work out, and then it dries out to a perfect matte finish. I like that this formula not over drying your lips as some of the liquid matte lipstick can do. And I also like this color. I think it works so beautifully with this eye makeup. So far I'm very happy that I picked up this kit. So this is my finished look, and I really hope that you like this video. Don't forget to check out my biggest Sephora VIB Sale Haul. I will be linking that video down in my description box below. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel to stay in touch, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!